Grime affects us all. You get ordinary grime and posh grime. Osterly Park in West London is a magnificent stately home with an interior designed by the great British architect Robert Adam. Now preserved for the nation by the National Trust, it's the job of House Steward Adam to look after the place. It helps with a job like this if you have passion for the task, and Alan certainly has that.
We've got this beautiful floor. I've had architects who've come around the house and they've said, it must have been a mathematical genius who arranged these stones and cut them and fitted them all. It really is superb. All the white spots add up to 52 for the weeks in the year, and there's 12 columns outside for the months, and they do tell me there's 365 windows, but I've never counted them.
One of Alan's favourite chores is cleaning the antique oil lamps.
Tell us when you're ready. This is one of the Robert Adam lanterns. They were designed by Robert Adam for this very purpose, for being here, hanging here on the stairs. A date from about, I would think, somewhere around 1775. When you first start, you're frightened to death of these things. Lovely.
Robert Adam designed the lamps, but it was only a sideline.
Robert Adam's famous for his fireplaces, and this is probably one of the biggest Robert Adam fireplaces. This fireplace is 6'2" by 7'9", I believe.
There's no point in being too grand in a stately home. You've got to get down on your hands and knees.
Most of my life was spent at Heathrow Airport working as a building maintenance engineer, and I never dreamed I'd end up somewhere like this. Always been interested in history and antiques, things like that.
It's grime fighting, but of a superior sort, calling for special ingredients.
Just a 50-50 mixture of white spirit and water with just a dash of washing up liquid in it. And, it really does the trick. Yeah, you can see the amount of dirt that's coming off of there. Quite grubby, isn't it? Another one of Robert Adam's masterpieces. After it was completed and the bed was in place, Robert Adam came to give Robert Child the bill, which he wrote him out a cheque for. And there was a fire blazing in the hearth down there, and he threw the receipt straight into the fire so no one knew how much he'd ever paid for the bed.
Dust to dust, but not if Alan gets his way.
If you get two people in the pub talking about dust, you can bet your life they could work for the National Trust. It is a bit of an obsession with us. Where the dust wasn't cleaned off for many, many years, back in history sometime, possibly Victorian times, it's kind of spiky. And if you rub a duster over it, you're going to push it in, and it becomes sort of encrusted in there. And then there's no way you'll get this gilding back without re-gilding it, because the dust has been, over the years, left to bed itself in.
Alan sees himself as just one of a long line of grime fighters.
But it's a great privilege. It really is. It's a great privilege to be working in and looking after the place. You know, this has been handed on for generations and generations. You do your bit, you look after it for as long as I can, and then pass it on to the next generation. I guess that's how it's gone over and over and over. It's a great privilege to be allowed to look after it for whatever time I've got here.